Each day it will become easier for you. Thank you for sharing this with us. Got a bit of this I apologise for the suit. I have a dicky ball event afterwards.
Thank you so much to you, Taoiseach. I'd like to pass over to Bernard. Don't worry about that. I'll get it. I'd like to just pass over to Bernard now, who is going to grace you with some speech. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you, Minister. It's been a very emotional day today. Today's the, as probably most of you know, is the second anniversary of my arrest in Mashhad in eastern Iran on the evening of the 3rd of October 2022. It was the start of a living nightmare that was to last over 7 months, not just for me, but also for my husband Roland, my sister Caroline, and my father Vincent. During my first days in solitary confinement, lying on the floor in my cell in the interrogation centre, I decided that I shall have to tell the story when I get out. I initially wanted to call the book Full Board in Ayatollah Land. You'll probably be surprised by the humour. Well, humour was one of the most important things that was going to help me keep my sanity. It helped me to get through terrible moments, like when in the basement of the Revolutionary Court, another prisoner came up to me, drawing his finger across his throat and calling out Daesh. Over time, I was left waiting in a room before going to a prison minibus with handcuffs and shackles. There were hooks along the wall, brown stains with straps. This is where they flogged prisoners. The stains were dried blood. Let me read you just 2 little short extracts from the book. Chapter 19, Court Visit. February brings another court visit, but I find out about it only when the guard chased me awake at 6 a.m. At the first checkpoint, I'm allowed to sit in a chair until my name is called. Once we're on the minibus, 2 women prisoners and a female guard get in. One of the women has a baby with her. It turns out the prisoner I am handcuffed to is the baby's father. I offer to swap places so that he'll be seated on the aisle near his wife and baby. The guard unlocks our handcuffs so we can exchange places. I wonder why the couple are in prison. There is snow on the ground in front of the court. My feet are freezing in my flip-flops. We ascend to the 3rd floor. It's the same judge. This time, the hearing is about 2 pieces of pottery I found in my rucksack. I hope you realise that these pieces are 900 years old and valuable. That's wonderful, I reply. Is there a reward? In the prison, our block, which was block 6-1, called Satan's Block, there was an aviary with birds in a prison. Really strange. Unlike some areas, the aviary gets cleaned fairly often. There's a door with a padlock to get in. One evening when a prisoner worker was cleaning in there, I quietly closed the padlock without locking it so the worker could not get out. I went round to the front to watch his reaction. You'd have seen his face. When he turned round, he could see me grinning, and then he burst out laughing. Now when someone's in the aviary and I'm around, they take the padlock with them. The Iranian government gave me a unique opportunity to discover how they treated ordinary Iranians. Without them, you would not be hearing about the life inside of one of Iran's biggest prisons. The book would not have been possible without, firstly, Jonathan Williams, my agent and very patient reader. Jonathan, as you know, I've never written a book before, and when I'm writing up the credits, I've got to include you. Sorry. Next, Olivia Renshaw, whose advice on sorting out the grammar and layout were invaluable. Thank you, Olivia. Deirdre, my publisher, can't be here this evening. She's ill, suffering. And her team, Lisa, Alison, Marina for the audiobook, thank you for your patience. Thank you also to Declan Heaney and Simon Hess for organising the promotional work and getting my book into the shops. Thank you, Tom Hoban, the manager of Dewberry Bookshop in Grafton Street, for allowing this event to take place. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all those people here in Ireland and around the world that battled for my release, many of you here today. There are so many people that have been involved in my case, it would be impossible to mention everyone. However, I would like to mention my cousins Patricia Phelan in Scotland and Greg Corry Crow in Florida, who helped Caroline Rono to cope with getting me out of Iran. They could not be here this evening, but my thoughts are with them both. I would like you to have a thought for my 42-year-old cellmate, Taj Mohammed Kamali, a political prisoner who's in prison for 10 years. I very recently learned that he's been condemned to death again. His previous sentence was dropped while he was in prison. Lastly but not least, I would like to thank the person I love the most, my husband, Rolo. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again to Antonishta and to Bernard for their wonderful speeches. I think you'll agree. Thank you all so much for coming out this evening. It's been a rather emotional and powerful evening, I think you'll agree, and we're so glad that you were here to share it. Bernard is going to be signing copies of his book. He'll be here all night. So we'll start the queue here. You can purchase that at the cafe that's there. And have a great night, everybody.